came out with Design, Inspiration and Trade, DIT, of which we get more companies that are more design focused, so that they can introduce their products into IFFS, and eventually, hopefully, designers are also able to get companies to have their services, design services. So this will become more of a design element platform.
So the theme for this year is Celebrate
Inspiration. That's right.
So what does that mean?
Okay. Inspiration is actually from something from the heart, to inspire. A lot of businesses will be saying, let's do business. It's always a lot of here. How much is this? How much does it cost? A lot of manufacturers think from the mind. But when it comes to inspiration, a lot of people have to use the heart to look into it and say, how inspired am I? How can I do business from the heart? Okay. Then suddenly things change. I always like to give an example of a robot and a human. The robot uses a lot of brain, 1 plus 1 equals 2. Human use a lot of feelings. So end of the day, you celebrate inspiration as you take the element of the human into business.
So, can I say that this scheme is set to encourage the maybe entrepreneurs or designers to use this when they come to business?
It is moving forward. If you don't, traditional way of doing business in Asia, and moving forward, if you don't bring in other elements into your business, you will realize that things are very different. And one of the many ways to go into other form of business is to make sure that the element of emotion of people comes in. Let me give you an example. You go to a retail shop that sells women clothing. Let's say just a clothing shop. You buy clothes. But you go to Abercrombie and Fitch. I don't know whether some of you all know. Loud music. The smell of it. You smell the smell. So those are the things that they want you to remember. This is experience that it's such an experience that I want to see what you do. When they say I'm so loud, I'm very happy. This is exactly the experience that I want. And in furniture, I have a furniture review. I have a review shop for China. When you come to, a lot of people buy furniture nowadays, it's not furniture, it's buy a lifestyle. Lifestyle is my friends will see me, not furniture, how I live. So you create senses in the shop, remind people of great sight, great taste, great feeling, great smell. End of the day, all the 5 senses come together, create a 6th sense. The 6th sense is the feeling that I like it. I don't know what about you I like about, but I like it. You just touch me. Yes. 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 I think the trend today is still very Western based. We are looking into this couple of years is the Scandinavian inspired design. Having said that, the Scandinavian inspired design, if you put an element into Asia outlook, it may not fit. So you end of the day you get an eclectic way where you So you may have to do an eclectic way where you mix and match into the Indonesian environment, mix and match into the Singapore environment. It mix and match according to the market, the environment of your market, which I think for us, being in Asia and in China, is a very good opportunity for us because now the market is in this region, and a lot of the West would like to sell to the East. And how are we going to bring this together so that we are able to create a business out of it? You know, the West doesn't know how to be eclectic in the East, and the East are able to adapt, and this has become a good business opportunity.
Then, because I just arrived here,
Yes.
could I see there in this event, maybe are there many designs of furnitures that adopt the Scandinavian designs?
I think the better exhibitors, you go to Resource Decor, you go to the bigger exhibitor, you go to my booth, Koda, you will see little elements of the size of the item is a bit smaller. We incorporate rattan, we incorporate more exotic materials into our very modern item. And we are able to see this rather than very structured, very square, very simple. You start incorporating into this, and then you will be able to form an environment that is global. Global in the sense that everybody is able to make an element of your design from it. Any other questions? Yes? 可以。Okay, her questions is regarding the Chinese brand. Whether what are the benefits and what are the who are they involved in from China into IFFS. The representation of China manufacturers into IFFS, we still have not gotten to the level of us being able to attract the more brand and design conscious people.
Still not.
Yeah, because a lot of our Chinese participants are very product driven. Yeah, but having said that, I went to China. One of the most beautiful curated retail shops is now in China. You look at Kaimo, Como, you look at some of the smaller franchise. It's fantastic. They are able to curate it, and they are able to take the element of the East mixed with the West. So moving forward, we are looking into more of a brand rather than a product promotion in this. Like Dipodi has also starting to have Dipodi shops all over the world. The Chinese brand are able to use this platform to introduce their brand into their retail brand into India, into this region. And I believe that we are understating the Chinese brand, because again, we all know sometimes the news comes out the Chinese brand because of so many issues become a bit inferior. But I should say, there are good ones and there are bad ones. It's a matter of taking up the good ones and to showcase it to the world. You can't hear? Okay, sorry. I will get this recording to you.
Oh, that would be great if you could upload it on Dropbox for all of us.
Yeah. Maybe whose is this? Okay, maybe we'll get uploaded.
So can we safely say now that IFFS is actually setting a trend for ASEAN furniture line?
Yes and no, because the trend setting, not easy for an organizer to trend set. The organizer can nudge you along and says go to the direction. It still depends on the exhibitors. It still depends on them taking up what they feel, and then for us as organizers to look at that and curate it in the sense that it is going to that direction. You look at us and sometimes we look at it and say, so some of the low end product, we don't invite them here. Because there's no point. First is they will not do business out of it. Second is the image, or the platform is perhaps not the right platform.
Speaking about market, which country is the biggest market for you?
Biggest market as in sales or businessship?
Sales and design, maybe?
No, the biggest market that we are concentrating on. Traditionally, it's always the East selling to the West. Traditionally. Today, I think it's still the East selling to the West, but things are changing. I have to again refer to my own company. Previously, my business was 40% Europe, 40% US, 20% Asia, and the rest of it. Today, 40% Asia, 40% US, and 20% the rest of the world. And the shift is not by luck, no. The shift is a planned shift where we realize that Asia moving forward is the market. We develop product, we design product that's suitable to the market, and we introduce it into a platform like this. My market now is Korea, Japan, and the retail part of it is in Southeast Asia. And the show is the same, it's slowly shifting. Where you see, as I announced just now, that next year the EU avenues is coming in to get the Asia market. So as an organizer, we are mindful about that. Many more and more international players from the West are coming to use this platform to exhibit. We just cannot continue to get the visitorship from the West. We may have to start inviting the visitorship from this part of the region. I think we have a Sri Lanka group this time that are in here, that are buying group. We'll continue to attract these people to like India, and also with the decor and the look show for 2017. We will also look into the architects and the interior decorators to bring them in. So the Asian market is something that as visitorship we want to enhance. And the show is, we put a lot of effort this year, and we'll continue to put effort to encourage and to get a visitors promotion program. Bearing in mind that IFFS majority is still is run by the association. Association is always concerning the members. As long as the members is doing business, we do not mind invest in different platforms. If I am a private company, my focus is always how much I make at the end of the show. But as an association base, is how can I sustainably continue to evolve so that my members can help, I can help the members. So with this in mind, we look at it and says that exhibitors we are able to get. But when exhibitors comes, there's no visitor. One time, two times, they run away. No more. So you end of the day, you will have to, your business promotion have to be strengthened. So this year we put a lot of effort. I do not know whether you know, we literally have 500 room nights given free to visitors. Yeah, at the Grand Hyatt Hotel. And we also have a fly-in program we pay air ticket now, for selected visitors that we feel that are able to contribute to the whole entire environment of the show. So it's not only exhibitors where they pay the money, we keep the money. No, how are we going to promote, to bring more visitors in, to encourage, end of the day, the environment is business, for them.
How big the impact of lowest economic growth in this industry?
Two issues over here is the economic growth is slowing down, but there are still pockets of growth. China, they say is slowing down, but at 6.5%, it's still very high compared to the rest of the world. And for me, my business, I'm still continuing to grow. I think I will double up my growth this year for China.
For China market?
Yeah, for China market. So there are pockets of area. Indonesia, you know, yes, you have rupiah depreciating and all, but then it's still very vibrant. Philippines is fantastic. Philippines is an economy that's spending, you know, spending economy, and the economy is growing. So those are the market that we see as very potential. The other point is, with regards to the economic situation, is in the show, concerning of the show is the region. You have the Indonesia show. You have in the month of March. I tell you, there's so many shows that if you want to visit every show, it's not possible. But however, because of the nationalism of each show, because each show has the pride of the national pride. The Philippines, they want to show their showcase in the Philippines. So end of the day, with that nationalism, we will try to coexist. But because of coexist, the pie now is being cut smaller because more players are in. So the economic situation with regards to the show is because there are too many players in the market, and as a result, we are taking the pie that is less as compared. You know, that's the reason again for us to evolve, to attract new markets to come in, to attract new exhibitors to come in, to create a design element for IFFS, so that other people can play the game in this, rather than we always compete with the show within the region. I think if you walk around, if you go to the Jakarta, the Effects and the IFFS show, if you have been to MIF and all, you will see the slight difference of how we present this IFFS and how the individual country present their show. It's a little bit different.
Earlier, the stress was in terms of East acceptability was more as a resource center where the designs used to come from outside, and we used to manufacture and and supply them to them as their brand. So how do you feel the situation has changed over the years?
Okay, the foreign brands are also coming into Asia. You know, you have I think Pottery Barn and West Elm and Crate and Barrel coming to Singapore has got two Crate and Barrel stores. This is one way that they are moving internationally. But having said that, you have the Asian brand also looking into expanding in Asia.
In terms of innovation in the product line?
In terms of branding and retail branding and curating into a look and feel. You know, I think how you come out as a company to position yourself to niche a market. You can't know. There's always one Nike and an Adidas in the world. You know, I can running shoes. I think you can name 4, and after that it's finished. How many furniture shops you can name that is big enough to have the world market? But if you are in the region, you are able to be branded in such a way that you are quite popular. Take as example a Singapore brand called OSIM. I think OSIM has got China presence, Indonesia. A lot of people in this region know OSIM, the massage chair specialist. But you go to the rest of the world, it's not easy for them to penetrate. So for us as an Asian brand, perhaps we should concentrate on our brand within the region. Then as you go along, you concentrate on it. The 650 million in ASEAN, 1.2 billion in China, it's more than enough. Don't need the world brand, I think. You know, and furniture brand in the world, I don't think you can have many.
With the competition increasing, as you just mentioned, do we see more designers coming up now in this field?
Like you have a representation of design stars. It's like, is this the way to promote your own region first? Region comes first?
I think, of course, hopefully the design stars comes in are able to take the element of Asia and plant it into their design, so that we can create the identity, Asia identity. Hang on, let me get some. Rita, never mind. let me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Scandinavian design in the 50s are manufactured. That means they come together and design a Scandinavian design. promote it to the world. Today it becomes so popular, Scandinavian design. My hope and my wish is the ASEAN designers coming together to create an ASEAN design. And moving forward, it becomes like a Scandinavian design. It's all acceptable over the world, where the West and the East and the individual elements of the country in this region come together to create something that is manufactured design. So it became very popular in the world. And I think it's possible because the cultural differences in ASEAN become an advantage, not a disadvantage. The cultural differences of ASEAN will become an element of where you put all the ingredients and a chef can cook a good meal. Because a chef with one ingredient is tough, 2 ingredients tough, but with ASEAN, 10 ingredients you can put together and create something nice. It's just the chef that we need, for a group of chefs. We need Gordon Ramsay in the furniture industry.
That's interesting, but then have you met with maybe like furniture experts or furniture businessmen and talk about it, about like making Asia maybe
Okay, in Singapore, we were considering, at the Singapore context, the Super Studio context. Super Studio is a group of designers. If we are able to do it ASEAN context, where we take a few from Indonesia and group together to be a Super Studio,
in Super Studio.
and come up with a design that is the element of ASEAN. So in Singapore, we are trying to create a Super Studio in a sense that get the design created, but push it to the world. But this Super Studio for the ASEAN may be there just to create ASEAN industry.
Like just happened, we happened to be there in Stockholm Design Week in January. There were some amazing designs which were actually dedicated for that design week only, where it were like showcased only for that design week in terms of Stockholm Design Week and Stockholm Furniture and Light Show. So do we have the same concept here in IFFS, where we are encouraging designers to launch their exclusive lines during the IFFS and the decor shows?
Not designers, but we are encouraging
The furniture manufacturers and the designers
to launch, use this as a launch pad.
Okay.
And there was talk that we are able to encourage them by showcasing them, helping them to promote. And I think there are people that are using this as a launch pad because it is a big enough show to create the audience and a small enough show that you will not be melt into everything. You don't want to go to Shanghai and launch your items because Shanghai is so big that you
will be lost.
Yeah, you'll be lost. But this show is a good one-day show that when you launch something, most people will walk by and see. So we feel that sometimes size, not by sheer bigness, how big you are, but size as in how good you are in your quality. You and me can be the same size, but if I'm more muscular than you, it's different. Right. So
So the impact would be more.
the punch will be more. So same size doesn't matter, but you have to.
It's the impact which matters at the end.
Yeah. So we are trying to create in such a way that we will not want to grow this show to be so big that you can't
Manage.
Yeah, you want to do it in such a way that it's scalable. Somebody comes and then they are being taken care of. The experience is able to launch in a situation like this, are able to get a lot of traction out of it. Yeah. I mean, this show can go on 9 hall, 10 hall, very easy. I can do a lot of promotion and suddenly the show goes very big. But then we lost a lot of content. I mean, we built up certain experience that we feel that cannot even qualify for the show.